So, begin again. Hello. Hello. Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Oh, hey, what's up? Hello. It's
Helps
me.
to unmute myself.
Hi. I'm here now. Hello. How goes? How goes?
Oh,
But
it's great.
I am currently streaming. Welcome to the absolute quiet. But I've got everything set up. I've got first world. I've got basically everything ready to go. I'm very excited. We just need your mysterious other partner to show up. Here's what you
Mysterious other partner.
Oh no.
My font sync.
You're
That's cool.
oh, nice. Did did you say you were going to play Thursday or the other character? I don't remember.
I'm playing the other character.
Okay. Well, lucky for you, I've given you a Dragonborn Paladin.
All
But this one's fun. I like this one a lot. Um, if you hop in the game, I will show you your sheet. It's pretty standard sword and board. It's a brown lander who has recently immigrated to the
Hold
city. Oh,
on.
you're good.
I just messed everything up.
You have done something.
Um, okay.
You good?
Let's try that. I'm going to try switching one more time. Okay, now.
Yes.
Nothing. Okay. Never
Did
mind.
Did you do it? Did you win?
The headphones synced, but then they
Oh,
didn't work. That was weird.
dreadful.
Okay, so go to the
Go
game.
through the game. And like I said,
Where is
I just send you the
I,
link again. The Twin City. If it's in your roll 20. If not, then we shall make do with it.
where did you send the link to? My Roll20 account?
I think I sent it in the disc. Let me try again. We just do this really quick. Da, 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 da. Not that it really matters, but it's the principle of it. Where is the game link? Let me do this. I thought I'd done this for you, but apparently
I still have the really old game.
no, it'll be this one. I don't know why I did that. Oops.
There it is. Okay.
Yeah. I've got a couple people who are like more or less sitting in on this game, so I can show them my setup.
Oh my gosh.
Thorough with roll 20. Oh,
Okay. Urgid? Urgid?
Urgid.
Okay.
I heard my echo. I have my mic on. How unpleasant. Ata, ata, yata. There shall be none of that. None of that at all. What? Yes. There's some backstory, some lore on his character thing.
Mhm.
He's got a token. It's quote unquote redacted because I've going to be honest, I haven't worked out that portion of it just yet.
Sure.
But flexible. But Irjid is a new arrival to the city, recently immigrated from the ground, and I'm going to insinuate or assume that you guys know each other, you and Thursday in some vague manner, but Urjid is basically ex acolyte. His family and especially his father was overzealous and sort of put him through a lot. He is young; he's still a child, so he's basically a runaway for the most part, or like a young adult. But
Okay.
he's basically a runaway as of right now, and is sort of reevaluating his life choices. Uh, kind of shy, kind of awkward, but think homeschooled. Nothing against people who are homeschooled, but think homeschooled person.
Okay. All right. You can just target it directly at me.
You're welcome. I did. Were you actually homeschooled?
Only for 2 years.
Oh, never mind then. My apologies. Get shit
I'm just
on.
kidding.
But yeah, Oath of Devotion level 3. It's a sword and board character, heavy armor, heavy shield. So
Okay.
nothing you're not unfamiliar with, but I think it's just pretty easy. You both, I mean, there's actually a vague amount of healing between the both of you, so I'm not too worried about you guys jacking it up too much. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys to determine how you and Thursday met. But Thursday's been in the city for a while, and Urjid is new to the city. Whether how new is up for debate.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, naive, new, maybe not used to the big city life because he's a nomad originally, but it is a very modern world he's living in and interested in.
Lawful good.
And again, don't overthink it. It's more of a suggestion than a hard set rule
Yeah.
guidelines. Oh, sir. Uh,
Okay.
not going to get used to this.
Can I roll from the character sheet?
Yes. If you open up yonder sheet and click whatever you want, it'll just roll. Modifiers you can add manually. You can also roll with the dice on the left, and then pretty much I've set up vision so you have control over both characters, so you can drag them both, and you should be able to see what everyone else sees. So it's not like we're gonna hide anything, but
Okay.
it'll at least allow a little bit of immersion. Hmm.
Ooh, that's what I want.
Hmm.
Great.
Yes. Oh, yeah, you all have full spell slots. I don't think when I transfer this stuff over, I don't know if it actually put it in correctly, but there is that.
Oh boy, is my camera frozen?
It has been. I forgot to tell you that that's happened.
Mhm. There we go.
Very good.
Need another screen.
I've genuinely thought about buying a third because when I do DMing, I have so many fucking things open at the same time.
Yeah.
It's genuinely painful.
Oh, that's so bright. All right. Yeah, that's
Nice. Ow. I don't have music, unfortunately, because I don't know where to find royalty-free music that fits the theme, and I don't want to risk my channel of 10 subscribers getting taken down just yet. But,
yeah. You want to wait till you're at 20.
And then I can risk it for the biscuit.
Don't you worry. Once we get started, those subscribers are going to be rolling in.
Is off friend. Yeah, these are just gonna be really short games, 2 hours tops, like I said, because adult life makes it difficult, and also 8 o'clock is my bedtime. So if I do any later than that, I'm gonna start dying. So 9 o'clock is a hard cutoff for me personally,
Right.
unless fate warrants it otherwise. I tend to get very sleepy around then, but we'll see. But like I said, short games when we can fit them, because I know everyone's got a full-time job, and I'm not going to hold it against you if you can't make it. We'll just reschedule, and we'll work like that.
Yeah. I got a little screwed over with the whole dorm parent thing.
Oh,
So I'm trying to get it changed, but as of right now, Wednesdays are completely out for me.
Mhm.
But that's
Okay.
I'm gonna fight very hard to have that switch to being Tuesdays because I have seniority right now and no one asked me. They just put me on Wednesday and I was like,
Nice.
no,
I didn't think so.
there's my time off.
That's honestly very fun.
Grand time.
I mean, my dates are flexible. Thursdays and Tuesdays are usually my only days that I'm for sure occupied. Oh, oh,
Hello? A newcomer?
The fuck is going on?
who
Okay.
knows?
You did it. You made it.
You figured out technology. You're proficient.
My fucking chair won't stay straight. Sorry, I had to feed myself.
In this economy, crazy.
Sometimes you gotta do it.
Commence. What the fuck is going on?
Anyways, join the game. Click the link in the chat. It will take you to the game. I've got a bunch of people not watching this game because nobody watches. But I've shared the link with a bunch of people because I need them. I'm showing them how I do D&D and stuff.
D&D.
But link game. I have put your characters on the map. I will explain things as we go. Roll20 is not that hard to figure out. You just kind of click and stuff happens. And then we will figure it out as we go. And I will introduce your characters from what I know of them, and then I will let you introduce yourselves, and then I will give you a world primer. And it'll be fine and dandy. And then we will jump right into it. We'll see how far we get. It's going to be a 9 o'clock-ish cutoff. I might push it a little bit because of the late start and session 0 getting started. But bedtime is around 9 o'clock for me. Usually 8, so this is a favor.
Bedtime.
Delightful.
Oh my lord, 16.
16.
16 what? What's happening?
I'm learning all about the person I am.
Oh.
Oh.
The person you are. Where are we? I'm doing this really well. Are we in the Twin City?
Yes.
Launch game. Launch. I'm figuring it out.
Lunch game.
Yeah. Okay.
Lunch the game.
Ate.
Amazing. Okay. Welcome to Roll20. What the fuck? Don't. Shh. Okay.
We did it. We're all here.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Twin City. I've written this game. I've done this thing. It's going to be great. Thank you for joining me this wonderful Wednesday night. Let's play dice. So, the Twin City is a flying fortress that has been set apart from the ground realm for quite some time. Storied history of it is some minor skirmishes and conflicts going back and forth between those nations upon the ground and the independent city-state that soars above it. However, as time has progressed, that mutual distrust has slowly turned into a beneficial trading agreement. So people, goods, money flows both up and down. So there is rapport. But most people who live in the city tend to stay in the city. There's a matter of national pride and or inability to do so, because it's not exactly cheap to leave the city. So arranged transit is often the most difficult part. Regardless, this sprawling city takes over a massive island with varying degrees of people living in it, very cosmopolitan, and it separates itself with a relatively advanced technological magic tech realm that sort of covers it. Some things are combined with what you as a person would know as modern technology, but it exists in that sort of time state, albeit a bit more grungier, darker, as it was maybe closer to cyberpunk, if anything. But the city itself is ruled by the Council of Wills, and the 6 seats oversee the entire city itself, and between them they come to decisions and issue out laws and edicts. You, between the two of you, are either citizens or immigrants of the city itself, and have been privy to at least the majority of the goings-ons. The election cycle that has just happened, the new changing of the bishop, or the greater seat, and as well as various states of unrest that's not unheard of in a city of this size. Its population far exceeds what most ground kingdoms would have. Everything's very densely packed. The world itself is not in turmoil, but there's always rumor that something could set it off at a moment's notice. The most recent one is this advent of sleepwalking, much like a plague that has taken over the city. For a city this large, the nightlife has always been active, but now it's become hard to distinguish from those who are participating in nightlife and those who are acting out their dreams in the waking world. And for better or for worse, people have either been stricken with intense nightmares, vivid dreams, or walking about the city in the dead of night, or sometimes in the middle of the day, doing things they don't remember or have faint dreams of. So if you cross someone on the street, you're never quite sure if they're merely enjoying the atmosphere or caught in the throes of something a little bit darker. Now, the root cause of this is not exactly it's been determined. Most of the medical experts, scientists, magicians have yet to put down any solid evidence on what this is. And this past 2 years or so, it's sort of just been a under the rug, weird people thing. But recently, it's begun to pick up, with prominent figures all of a sudden being taken under the spell and acting out strange and unique machinations, intents, or something like. The two of you, we have Thursday Scramble, the ex-detective, buddy cop without a buddy, who is retired from the police force, and we have Irjid, the young nomadic priest who has run away from his family and recently immigrated to the city to try and start his life again.
What? Irjid?
Irjid.
Irjid! Not a hot priest character.
He's underage. Do not.
No one said he's hot.
I know you know Thursday a little bit more. I'll let you describe what Thursday looks like. I picked a generic Tabaxi token because every time you kept describing it, I kept thinking of the game Blackstad. Like, cat in a trench coat like constantly. But I'll find some art that won't get me
That
a
is
copyright
cool.
strike eventually. But who is Thursday Scramble?
I am Thursday Scramble. What are you looking for from me?
Physical
Thursday Scramble.
description and character.
Okay. Thursday Scramble. My fucking note sheet. Okay. Thursday Scramble is a tabaxi. Tuxedo in color. Dean, didn't you get the picture I sent you?
I'm asking you to describe your character as is tradition.
Oh,
Because it's
okay.
your character, not mine.
Thank you.
But yes, I got the picture.
Tuxedo. Tabaxi. I'm really prepared for this. Okay. Thursday is a tabaxi, so big buff cat, tuxedo colored. Do I need to tell you like the like race class stuff?
No, I mean, you didn't talk about the class. That's generally nice to know.
Okay. Thursday is a ranger. Thursday knows Elvish. Thursday loves the beach. And also Thursday loves a gun. So that's what you need to know.
Thank you, Thursday. Irjid, I sort of given you the cursor glance over. I know you've had about 30 minutes to look at this character sheet I've thrown at you, but is there anything you would like to input on Irjid's character, your take on it, before we rock this thing?
Well, as I just learned about 3 minutes ago, Irjid is he is very young. He is 16 years old. 6'5", so he's a very tall, dark red colored dragonborn.
Mm-hmm.
Coming in at 256 pounds. He's a little thick.
Oh, damn. You should.
So he's he's a little hefty. Wearing a nice chainmail with this very simple, posh little white robe over it. Just walking around with his shield and sword out at all times, ready for action.
Has gotten you some strange stares from the average city goer who is, while maybe armed with at most a dagger, most people don't carry around full armor and swords on the day-to-day basis, but in the back ends of the city, who knows? The two of you are acquainted with each other. However, we've not determined how that might have been. Irjid, as we've established, has just arrived in the city, maybe a few days to a few weeks ago. How has this bedraggled, grungy detective picked up this stray cat, per se?
Who are you calling draggled?
I don't know. I'm trying to think of like every like beat down coppa movie.
Well, okay. Why has Irjid just run away from his family?
There was some great turmoil with my my surrogate father. I traveled with him around spreading the good word of the Lord, who I shall not name, because after my surrogate father became rather violent and a little evil, I ran away from him and I denounced that God. And I am now trying to find a new path and discover if that God is corrupt and if I need to find a new one or if it was just my father.
Daddy issues. Irjid, where are you where are you from? You from a small town? You know how to hack it in the big city, or are you just are you stumbling around?
I think probably it's likely, I was in the middle of getting robbed, and since you were a former detective,
This is exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah.
you saw me getting robbed at the little local ramen shop, and you thought, well, this looks like a stupid kid who doesn't know what he's doing, clanking around in his armor. So
I'm like, who is that giant man? And then I saw your face and how stupid you looked. And I was like, that is a child, and I must help because I'm inherently good.
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, and you I can sense you need a little guidance. So now I'm here for you.
Now
So-
we're friends.
Having rescued the young Irjid from the perils of city life, you've been investigating some things of your own. Thursday. I almost called you Tuesday. Sorry, that's your brother, I assume. Um, Thursday. Having been trying to look into this sleepwalking cases that have been going around, though you've been given a tip from one of your contacts, an old friend by the name of Salmon, who runs the Salmon Run bar down in the not quite seedier parts of the city,
Mhm.
but definitely a dive bar per se.
Okay.
So definitely not reputable, but it's a great place to gather information and gossip. You make your way over on a cool night, bringing Irjit along for the experience of it, and then you arrive at the door of the Salmon Run to see what information you can find.
Go in.
Let's pick it up from there. You guys see this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to figure out where to step in and step out. You see this sort of, again, seedy-ish dive bar, various trash that hasn't been taken out, garbage here and there. Not exactly the most well maintained place,
Mhm.
but it's definitely it's seen its days of being lively. Thankfully, on this night, you see only a few people standing around the bar. You, of course, recognize and see Salmon, the redheaded human woman who runs the bar. To her right, you see a mermaid who's sitting forlornly at the bar, sort of drinking herself deep into her cups. To further on, you see a gnome, an elf, and you see Grosh, the bouncer, the orc who's standing at the front door, and he sort of crosses his arms, looks you dead in the eyes. State your business.
Speak to Salmon.
Right. Who's this then? And he gestures up at the dragonborn, who's slightly taller than him.
Hello. I'm Irjid. It's such a pleasure to meet you.
You.
I'm with Thursday.
He looks at you, Thursday, with like a questioning look. He holds the door open for you.
Thanks, Orky.
So if you select at the top left the select/move, you can pick up your characters and move them as you so please. And you will see what you can see based on your token. So you hear faint music in the background, lo-fi beats to chill/study by. No, the piano sits empty, and the rest of the bar does appear to be deserted, save for these few customers sitting around.
Where is the door?
It is right here. I have two earjids for some reason. Let me remove the old
Sorry,
one.
I did not see myself, so I put myself on the map.
Well,
This is so fun. Okay, wait. Okay.
Sorry, can you repeat one more time why it was we were coming to talk to Salmon?
Yeah, what?
Thursday had
Oh,
a
I got a tip. I got a tip about dreaming.
Okay.
possibly.
I'm so okay. Cool. Okay. Okay. What are we? Okay.
Can you
What do
see
we do?
the nameplates on the tokens, or is that hidden to you?
I can see that.
Okay.
You can only see the ones on ours, if that's what you're asking.
Yes. So you
Yeah.
can't see the actual characters themselves.
Correct.
That is
Yeah.
fine.
Wait. So is that the orc right there?
This is Grosh, the orc.
Grosh.
Yeah.
Grosh.
He gives you like the bro nod of approval.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then at the far end, you see salmon, and again, a mermaid drinking herself silly, a gnome, and an elf, who are respectively drinking their own mannerisms, whatever. Like the mermaid is dressed in like street attire. And you're sure you've seen her at some point. You're just not sure who she is. The
Mm-hmm.
gnome over here is named Button. He runs the cell repair shop down the street.
The cell?
The
Like the
cell phone,
phone?
the phone repair shop down the street.
We
It's like
got
a little
phone.
corner shop. And this man over here is this very sharply dressed, like elvish businessman. He looks like an office worker. He's taking his blazer off and he's undid his tie a little bit, and he's just like drowning himself in beer.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, I slap Irshid on the back and lead him over to where Salmon is behind the bar.
He gives you a warm smile as you approach, and she says, "Well, welcome back. I see you brought a young blood with you."
Hello. My name is Irzid. It's nice to meet you.
Night.
You are Salmon, right?
Yes, that is correct. Is Can I see some ID, sir?
I not exactly. I don't really have one. I'm not here to drink. I'm not planning on drinking. I'm just here to help Thursday.
You really know how to pick 'em, love. All right, I'll start you with the water, I guess. Thursday. You want anything?
Yes. My usual, thank you.
He slides you a nondescript black glass filled with your usual.
Yes. Thank you. So,
So-
Salmon,
Ma'am,
I heard
sir.
that you have. Yeah, unsure what gender Thursday is.
What did we say Thursday was?
We're gonna go with none.
You, dude, I guess.
Salmon.
Hmm?
I
She's,
heard
like,
there
wiping
was
a mug.
news. What? Okay, my mug. I heard there was news.
There's
I
always
take a swig
news.
of my fucking swill.
Oh, you've been watching the telly or something. She does
No.
gesture towards a small television at the top of the bar that's just sort of cycling through the generic news. Or do you
Not
mean something
not
a bit
that.
more specific?
Yeah.
I believe we're here for something to do with the. Sorry, I'm rather new in town, so this is new to me. But I've been hearing that people are dreaming and such, and so we're here to like. We were told that perhaps you know a little bit more about that.
Well, I've always been under the impression that dreaming was a sign of a healthy imagination, unless you're referring to the side effects.
I think that one, yeah.
Well, word on the street is it's not so much a magical epidemic of a sort. Apparently, there's a new substance, let's say, being circulated around. Whether or not it's found its way into various people's drinks, foods, that's up for debate. But apparently, this a distributor of some kind on the down low that's making a tiny profit. But you didn't hear that from me.
You mean like drugs?
Yeah, yes. That would be what you could call it, yes.
That's a big deal.
Okay. I put my hand over Irshid's mouth. Shut the fuck up right now. Where did you get this information from?
Overheard in the bar. She sort of leans in a little bit closer. Different crowd came in, not the usuals. No one you would have known either. Talking this or that. Couple drinks in, loud as can be, talking about moving product across the riverside. To where and
Can you-
from where, not sure. But in this district, there's something's being happened.
Okay. Can you give me any more helpful information about these people? Because right
Um,
now, I got nothing from this is
that's all I know. They were
what they look like. Were they elves?
not elves. It was a mix, but definitely well dressed.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. I would say like suit and tie, a little bit more formal than you'd imagine, like black, almost tuxedo like. That's
Tito's talking about moving drugs.
you know as well as I do that these gangs pop up every other month. Some new hotshot thinks he can take over the criminal underworld and they fall apart within a month. This is the
Mm-hmm.
first time I've actually heard of one that making a profit though, which is why these black suits seem to be all the rage.
I'm going to look back at the elf that you said was well dressed.
That elf is wearing a tweed jacket.
I knew that was coming.
Fine.
Huh, that's all the gossip I have. Is there anything else you're interested in?
Um, was there any? I mean, did they look really buff? Were they packing? I mean, there's like, did you see
Definitely
anything?
armed. Definitely armed. Some knives, some weapons, some guns. Nothing overt, but concealed.
Sure.
Which you can put your sword down, kid. It's nothing
Oh,
gonna hurt you
sorry.
in here.
Sometimes I forget I'm holding it.
Hmm.
I will just like awkwardly tuck it into a belt.
Well,
But
can I look I'm looking over at the gnome. What's the
yes,
gnome doing? I'm checking in with the gnome.
he is sort of scribbling furiously in a notebook. He's like muttering under his breath, like sorry, like cursing this, cursing that. Irja, roll me a d8.
3.
You happen to glance at the television. You're watching the Channel 5 news roll across the screen. And the news story that catches your eye is a rise of knife crimes in the city. In the lower districts especially, there have been a series of rampant muggings and 2 murders that have happened. Uh Thursday, roll me a d8.
Um, how?
On the left, there is a little hexagon that is your dice thing.
Got it.
It's underneath,
And
like,
just click it.
yeah, you hover over it and it should show you several other dice. Yes.
7.
Hmm. You see on the news that Taros Steelarm has won the lesser seat of the Lesser Common with an outstanding landslide from the citizens of the Twin City. Rumor has it there was a lot of lobbying going on because he is one of the prime backers of the or large weapons campaigns companies have backed him, notably Hammerlock Industries, which is one of the foremost firearm producers. But nobody's really either sure neither here nor there. That's what you've heard. But the news is broadcasting his recent election to the seat of the Lesser Commons, putting him firmly in the council.
What's his name?
Karos Steelar. I will type that for you. So, do you have any other questions, or you just guys here to enjoy a bit of a good weather and a drink?
Let's get I want another of my regulars.
He
Or
slides
whatever
you
the
the
fuck.
glass.
Thanks. I slide it over to Irjid and tell him to chug it.
Um,
Are you sure?
how old is he?
I
Old enough, old enough, old enough. And then I
Old?
wink it. I wink at Salmon.
He
very old.
scoffs and goes back to playing in the mud, and she just like turns away for a second.
Okay, I'm gonna pound it.
Roll me a Constitution saving throw for your first drink. Welcome to the adult world.
Ooh, that's a 15. What? No, it's a 12. Right? It's the first number.
First number.
I haven't used roll 20 in so long. Okay, so it's 12.
You slam that drink back. It burns a little bit. You're not quite sure what that was made of. It feels spicy, but it's not spicy. So you're not sure how to feel it. But it has a kick to it, but you slam the whole thing back. You don't really feel any adverse effects, but then a few minutes later, it starts to hit. You start feeling a little dizzy.
I cough a little bit, and just a little tiny spark like out of my mouth. Yep, old enough. That's for certain. Perhaps I'm gonna go talk to Grosh about if he took note of these tuxedo men.
Okay. Thursday, are you going to do anything?
I'm gonna go over to the gnome.
Okay. You guys, we'll do Grosh first. You guys sort of split off to your respective people. As you're walking away from the bar, you see the mermaid sort of wave at Sam, and she says, "I'll just be out back." And she sort of steps into the back room for a second. All right, Irjin, you walk up to this half orc who's just been lazily surveying the room this entire time. And he looks up at you and he's like, "Here, can I help you?"
Yes. I'm gonna stumble a little bit and just kind of like lean against his shoulder. Sorry. We just heard some news about some men. Maybe they weren't all men. I don't know. There were some folks here that were in tuxedos, looked like they were packing some heat. And I was just kind of wondering if you noticed them. Salmon said they were a little sketchy, so I was just curious about that.
No.
Oh. All right. Are you wearing a tuxedo?
You look down. He is not wearing a tuxedo.
Okay. I'm gonna trust you're not one of them, Grosh. I like you. And I'm gonna turn around and look at the bar and then panic a little bit because Thursday is not there and I realize that I have no idea what's going on. And I'm just gonna slowly stumble back to the bar.
You need me to call you a cab.
Nope, I'm good. I've got a ride.
Sort
I
of,
just point to my legs.
he's just gonna watch you the whole time as you're shambling back towards the counter. He's like, hands to forehead. All right. Thursday, you walk over to this gnome. He doesn't notice you as you are scribbling away, or as he is scribbling away.
Take a seat next to him. Clear my throat.
Yes. Can I help you? Ma'am,
Hey,
sir.
Button.
Oh, you, Lieutenant. What brings you here?
You're here regularly, aren't you, Button?
Mhm.
Have you noticed anybody new around here?
That guy. He points at the elf. The office types tend to roll down here. There was that night all the teenagers rolled through. That was terrifying. They had like a whole dance party. I think they were singing like show tunes or something. Horrible stuff. Really brought down the mood. I
Were they wearing tuxedos?
think they were costumes, but I don't think if you're referring to people, I don't think those are the people you're. Do you mean? Oh, the crowd of well-dressed possibly armed, and dangerous-looking individuals.
Exactly, Button. You've nailed it.
I blacked out.
Thank goodness you did that.
So I know they exist.
Thank you so much, Button.
Of course. Anything for you.
As I'm leaving the table, I knock over his drink, and while he's distracted, I grab his notebook.
Roll sleight of hand.
How? How?
So if you go onto your character sheet, on the left column next to the big numbers is your skills. Basically, everything you do in D&D 5e can be broken down into one of those things.
Okay, wait. What?
So go to your character sheet,
Yeah.
click it, and then go to the tab that says character sheet at the
Yeah.
top. And then you
Mhm.
see on the left all your big numbers with your 6 major stats.
Yes.
To the right of that, you have your saving throws.
Oh.
And below that is your skills. You click that
Okay.
skill, it'll roll for you. And basically, again, anything you do in D&D to be broken down into those skills.
Thank you.
All right. Not the skill I asked for, but we'll roll with it. Sleight of hand is technically different
Wait.
than
Oh.
stealth.
Sorry. I clicked
It
the
is
wrong
fine.
thing.
It is fine. We'll roll with it. You surreptitiously just accidentally bump the table, saying these drinks. Bloody! And it spills all over the ground. And as he's like, fucking, you snatch his notebook. As you were walking away, as he's like furiously wiping off the counter, you spilled something on his phone. It starts sparking. He's like, no! He's very distraught.
I go back over to my man, whatever the fuck your name is, Astrid. Estrogen.
Esther.
Esther. I walk back over and I tuck the notebook into Ergid's white robes that he's just billowing about.
Thursday,
Mm-hmm.
I learned absolutely nothing.
Well, same kid, so
Now
I think
that I'm sorry, I'm new to the city, so I apologize if this is horribly offensive, but that mermaid woman, do you know if she's a regular here?
What do you say?
do I know that? Would I know if she's a real?
Roll history. Let's try that one.
Keep losing track of my
To see
shit.
how good your memory is.
Is it in the same place? Oh, there it is.
Correct! It's also in alphabetical order.
Thanks.
You know she's a local of this area, but you don't know if she's frequent in this bar. Though the way she spoke to Salmon shows that they're familiar, but you don't really know what the connection is.
Okay.
You've definitely seen her in this area walking around. Not that.
Okay. What
You
is this
s-
back room? Is this back room like employees only, or is this like a?
It's the kitchen.
Okay.
And you see Buttons sort of storm out of the bar. He's like furious. He's like, put the bloody thing. He's like patting himself down. Stop trying to bite me. And he like storms out of the bar.
Hmm.
What would
You're-
your characters like to do now?
I mean, I suppose we could go talk to old Tweed Jacket over there,
Yeah.
but
Let's go talk to this motherfucker. Elf. I hate the elves. Right?
oh yeah,
I hate elves.
that's why you learned Elvish, so you could always curse them in their own language.
Exactly.
So I meant to ask, what is your favorite enemy? Is it elves? Okay.
It is elves.
Is two you can pick two. It's elves, and I guess we can decide the other one later. Okay,
I-
I thought we said we weren't going to be racist in this game, but let's do it anyways. You can move your characters as you so please.
Okay.
If you select your token, you can also move on the grid with the arrow keys if you want to be specific.
It was it was elves and humans.
Very on brand. Very good. Very nice.
Okay. So, I puff myself up, put some swagger on, and saunter over to this
Okay.
elf.
All right.
I do the same, but it looks nothing like that.
You are swaying very aggressively at this point. Your swagger's turned into a full-on shamble. You corner this poor man at this table as you stand chest puffed. He looks up at you, bags under his eyes, and he's like, "Yeah, can I help you?"
You look like a man about town.
Sure, let's go with that. What's up? Can I help you?
I'm just gonna lean over to Thursday. I've really never done this before, so I don't. Maybe it's best if you take point.
I was gonna. Thanks.
Sorry, my bad.
What's your name?
Marion.
Marion?
What?
You do? What do you do, Marion?
I'm a fucking office worker. What do I look like?
Well, I don't know many office workers that wear tweed.
I'm sorry, in this economy, we can't all afford nice trench coats, ma'am, sir, lieutenant, whatever you are.
Uh, you
Me,
to come up with a plan to just have this conversation. You what do you know about drugs?
caught me off guard. Like, what, you want some Dayquil or something?
No. That's you do drugs?
Are you asking if I'm taking prescription medication? Sure. I take allergy pills. What of it? Look, I don't know what you're on right now, but I'm really just trying to unwind today.
Hmm.
Like, can I help you with anything or
Yeah. Okay, Thursday takes a breath, reevaluates, and signals over to Salmon for another round of drinks for this man.
she like and she shuffles around back real quick, and then a few seconds later she brings out three mugs of 2 mugs of beer and 1 water. She places
Cool.
them at the table. Let me know if you need anything, love.
Thanks, babe. So, Marion,
He looks down at the beer and he's like, "All right, what's your game?"
I need to know if you know anything about some suspicious tuxedo wearing motherfuckers who are in here.
Do I? Do I? What? Who starts a conversation like that?
I'm gonna straighten up and try to get as sober in this one moment as I can. And I'm just gonna kind of like shuffle around so my chainmail is like chink, 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 chink. I'm just gonna look at this guy and be like, listen, I don't really appreciate the tone you're taking, and I understand you're trying to unwind, but we're just trying to talk. And my friend here is being kind enough as to give you another round, and so perhaps you should repay the favor. And I'm gonna blow just a little bit of smoke out of my nostrils as I kind of like glare down into his face.
Give me the intimidation roll. You have to beat a 10.
That's 10.
Okay, break even. We'll roll it. All right, fine. What you want to know? You want to know what? If there's been people with tuxedos in this bar.
Have you seen any traces of this new drug?
New drug. What new drug?
Sleepwalking drug.
I thought those were unrelated. Like everyone I've talked to and all the news is like, oh, it's a curse. There's a witch. If there's a drug, that's news to me.
Mm.
And I'm assuming you're local here. You know that there's suspicious groups everywhere. Like you go out on the street, there's like half a dozen cults.
Yeah.
So, as far as the drugs, I don't. I mean, do you want me to talk to the crackhead underneath the bridge? Because we can go do that right now too. He's always there.
It's
The
not.
table says, "Thank you, Marion. You've been very helpful." Takes Marion's drink, finishes it. Takes my drink, finishes it. Takes Urgent's drink, finishes it, and then starts to walk back to the employees only.
I'm just gonna lean over to Marion as Thursday is walking away and just be like, "Listen, if you really want to unwind, I can't stress this enough. Go to church. Find the Lord. The Lord will help you feel better." And I'm gonna just follow after.
He looks at you like, what the? And he's just like, okay. And he stands up and walks out the bar.
Happiness isn't found in the bottom of the bottle.
Yeah. Okay, so you are going to the back.
Yep.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to do before I advance the plot?
Oh.
Okay. Salmon sort of waves at you, and she's like, "Oh, stop going back there! Stop that! Stop!" He's like, "Is everything all right?"
I say, yeah, the mermaid. I gotta talk to her.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, we just we went on a date the other night, and I needed to apologize for some things I said.
Um, she's just asking for a minute of privacy. If you can wait like 5 minutes.
No,
What did you say that warrants
I
such a bad? How many drinks have you had?
1, 4, 3.
You've had 5.
I
You,
just slapped Estrid on the back of the head.
I'm
Irrigid. The fuck is your name?
I'm going to cut you off and ask that you sit down for a second. We both know you did like this. This isn't new.
Okay. Okay, I keep arguing with Salmon about this. As Salmon and I are arguing, I shove Irrigid through the fucking door.
Do you resist, Irjid?
Nope.
Okay. Irjid, you go crashing through the door, and you, welcome to adulthood, stumble into this room as this woman is changing herself into
Oh no.
into more appropriate streetwear, and she looks up at you with a mixture of fear and horror. At the same time, you hear police sirens outside, both of you. And you see the lights flash as something is approaching.
This is horribly inappropriate. And I'm very sorry, but I just had my first drink of alcohol and I'm a little unsteady right now.
You are okay. You are absolutely too young for me. I'm just going to predict this entirely happens. Would you please step outside?
I will, but I seem to have.
Can you
I think
can you turn away for like 5 seconds?
absolutely. Let me look this way, but I think I sprained my ankle, so I might just sit down for a minute and I just kind of use my tail to slowly lower myself to the floor.
Okay. You see Salmon sort of like look up, and Thursday, you watch as the police vehicles start approaching the bar itself, and she's like, "What did you do this time?"
Salmon says this to me?
I'm just going off precedent.
Fair.
Did you do anything?
Oh, you're asking? No.
Did you call the police chief again while drunk?
Mm, maybe. But I
Huh.
just I gotta let him know that what an idiot he is.
Hey, why?
Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Just keep your head down. I'll handle this. Just sit on the other side of the bar and cover your face.
You got it, mama.
My cat is now stepping on my keyboard.
Is
Behold,
the new cat?
the
New
face of a
cat.
criminal.
Just apparated. That was amazing.
Begone, fat cat. Anyways, you watch as the two police officers walk through the door, and I forgot to make tokens for them, so I'm going to draw them. Behold, the police officers. And they sort of walk up to the bar. And Brosh immediately steps aside and is like, "Sir, sir." And they walk up to the bar. And they say, "Miss Salmon, you are under arrest for 1 count of terrorism and 1 count of assassination attempt. Well, not an attempt because the man's dead, but you're under arrest." All of you hear this. What would you like to do?
Well, now I'm in shock, so I accidentally look at the half-naked mermaid again.
She throws a local cabbage at your head.
There's cabbage in there. Sorry. I suppose I should maybe try to go back out there.
Yeah, that'd be very good, generally speaking.
I'm gonna just slink out the door.
You do so, and the police immediately looked up at you and said, "Stay where you are, sir."
Sure.
"Ma'am, I'm going to need
Hey.
you to come quietly with us, and we will handle this in the courts, but right now you are under investigation. Please hand over all your identification and any weapons you have."
I wave enthusiastically at the two police officers and greet them by their names.
All right, give them names then.
Hey, Dork and Franklin.
Sorry, what was the first thing?
Dork.
Dorn? Dorn?
Dork and Franklin.
Franklin. All right, I just want to make sure I'm getting this right.
What? Am I supposed to check something?
That's them.
Yeah, that's them. Hey.
Sergeant Dorn looks at you and he says, "Lieutenant, I was told you had a permanent retirement or leave of the service. Your
Yeah,
authority
I
doesn't,
quit. I quit, Dork. You don't have to beat around the bush. I
Mhm.
quit.
which
Yep.
means your authority is now null and void."
Okay, Dork.
"Yes, hello. What do you need?"
I just think are you taking her away right now, or are you just giving her a warning?
As you see, Franklin is literally holding the handcuffs in his hand, looking between you and
Oh.
Sergeant Dorn, like, what do we do?"
Irjid, get over here.
I just kind of poke my head up over the bar. Yes?
These are my ex-colleagues. This is Dork and Franklin. Dork and Franklin, this is Irjid.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, I wipe my sweaty palms and I go to shake whichever one is close to me.
They immediately hold up their hand. Please stay back, sir.
Oh, sorry. But
Where are your manners, Franklin? Irjid is an aspiring police officer. I think it would
Irjid
do
is
Irjid
also
well.
visibly armed.
well, that's true, yes, but so are you.
It's my job.
Oh, that makes sense.
Laws against blades and shields.
There aren't. I'm just moderately perturbed by a 6'5" mass of a man with a sword striding up to me.
This is a child. This is a child.
That is not a child.
I was
This
merely
is a
trying to shake
child.
your hand. I'm sorry. I didn't mean any offense by it, but may I ask? I'm sorry. I'm just. Is Salmon just standing there?
He's just watching this go
doing?
down. She's waiting, watching.
um.
Hey, nobody.
I'm sorry. I'm quite new to the city in general. What is
Okay.
happening right now?
There has been a murder outside the bar. We've determined it to be connected to one Miss Salmon, who has committed an assassination.
There was this just now the murder?
Yes, yes,
Oh no!
someone is
Here,
dead right now.
Is it a
But-
gnome?
No, it's not.
Button?
God.
No.
Button's dead?
No, your friend is currently drunk on the bench outside. He's fine. He's fine.
Oh, thank God. I fucking hate that guy, but I don't want him to die.
I'm sorry. But we've been in the bar for quite some time now, and Salmon has been right here. I don't find justice in immediately arresting this
Yeah.
nice bartender.
The justice. Where's the justice?
You revoked your justice when you left the force.
I create my own justice, dork.
That is called vigilantism, and that is also illegal.
I'm like gesturing for Salmon to fucking leave. Why isn't she left yet?
She's like looking at you, and she's like, "Where am I going to go?
If,
There's only one door."
officer, if I may, I understand you have your customs and your protocols and all of that for whatever it is that happens in the city, and as I said, I'm brand new, but I am in fact ordained, and I would very much like to just see this body and offer proper passage to the next plane, if I may.
Prison?
Fine, I guess. You want to what? Okay, sure.
Mr. Dornk, or Officer Dornk, would you escort me to the body, please?
Fine. Okay, just come here, kid. And he walks outside, and he leaves Franklin in there. He's like, just don't let her leave yet. We're going to figure this thing out. He walks outside. Where's my thing? Wait, I can't. What am I doing? I did it. As the officer Dornk move his way outside, and you see him walk past the sleeping form of Button, who is passed out on the bench, and the Marion, who is angrily talking to someone on the phone. Irjid, if you would kindly come outside.
Sorry, are you moving me?
No, you can move yourself.
Okay. Oh, I can't go through the wall.
You cannot
Interesting.
go through the wall. There's a
I
door.
did not know Roll20 had become so sophisticated.
And if you go out and to the right side of the map, you will see Officer Dornch standing over a body. It's already been taped off. You are stepping on the body.
My bad. Sorry. I desecrated the crime scene already.
Thumb priest. Thursday, are you going to join him, or are you just going to let this happen?
I think that's my whatever he is to me.
What? You cut out, Ashley. I don't know what you just said.
I said that's my whatever he is to me.
Sure. Okay. Irjid, you walked outside. and you see that's a window.
Oh shit.
I actually wrote this description down. Hold on. Where did I put it? You see a very well dressed dwarven man who is face down on the ground, bleeding profusely from a small hole in his head. He is decidedly dead, as he's not moving. That's what you see. First, let's stop.
Okay.
Stop.
I'm going to kneel down next to the
Stop.
body
Jesus fucking go.
and I'm going to just like gently lay my hand on his like knee or something, and I'm just going to pretend like I'm praying for the body.
Okay.
I am going to use lay on hands for 1 point just in case he died unbelievably recently.
There is no effect. This man is missing his brain at this point, or they've
Nice.
been thoroughly scrambled. Thursday, as you walk up, you immediately recognize the body of the Karos Steel Arm, sorry, the recently elected seat of the lower commons.
It's him
Yes, this is
dead.
dead. You see a bullet hole shot in his head. From your experience on crime scenes, he was shot in the back of the head with a small firearm.
Okay.
And as you can tell, he's been murdered and, by definition, assassinated. You see other police cars sort of barricading the streets on either side of the bar. This bar has now become a crime scene. Nobody's allowed in or out. Right. Are you happy? Are you done? Can we examine the body now?
I yes. Sorry. I'm just a little in shock. I have not seen many quite so freshly dead. I mean, I've prayed for many funerals, but none, not quite at the scene. Do you know who this is?
Do you not?
No, I do not.
Where'd you find this kid? He looks at you Thursday.
Getting ramen.
He looks back and he's like, well, this was Taros Steelarm. He is the lower seat of the House of Commons. He was recently elected as of a few weeks ago, and he promised great reform, according to the masses. But unfortunately, it appears that there will be no reforming of any kind.
I see.
Oh my god.
So
Get out of here. Go.
clearly strong motivation for many people to assassinate him. But might I ask, I mean, I'm not familiar with the politics too much, but what sort of reform was he looking for? I mean, to me, I would not assume a humble keeper of the bar would be against social reform.
That's it. His platform was mostly based on, and this is stuff that you already know Thursday as well, increasing the minimum wage and the creation of new factory jobs for the lower income neighborhoods. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? Get out of there. Go. Go. Weirdo.
I I certainly don't mean to, try to impress upon you any specific way, but it just seems to me like there's not a lot of motivation for Miss Salmon to have done
Okay.
this, let
Sure.
alone
Of the people who are in this area, you have the gnome, the bar owner, that elf man, and you two. Was there anyone else here at the scene of the crime?
Mermaid.
Who?
Nothing. Wait, nothing.
So, of those 5, the only person we have seen or have reasonable suspicion to believe has any motivation to murder would have been her.
But we've been with her the whole time.
Are we in the street? Couldn't there have been a passerby or?
Yeah, what do you mean?
Wait a minute, you two are here. Are
Yeah,
you investigating each other?
and you both have guns. Little handguns.
What the fuck? No, first of all. What the fuck? Oh my
Sorry,
god.
It
What
just
the-
seems like you're
Stop,
really jumping
stop,
to conclusions.
Stop. Miss Salmon has been a known revolutionary, though not in any great sense. She has promoted several campaigns, and this bar is often frequented by criminals. Whether or not maybe she directly murdered him, it's very likely that she hired somebody. And we have previous accusations against her for political dissent. Stop eating the tables.
I mean, it just seems a little silly to me that she would hire someone to kill the man right outside her bar.
Okay. Mr. Detective, what are the alternatives?
Well, I think, first of all, who did he defeat in the election? That would be my first assumption, is who's his biggest rival?
For the seat of the Lord Commons, there was no clear rival. It was mostly lesser parties. Steel Arm was the only one who won in a landslide, absolutely crushed the independent parties. I mean, you could name every other random mayor or district governor who was competing for the seat, but none of them even held a candle to the sway that Steel Arm had over the public.
Sure, but also there are higher or other authorities, right? So you said he wanted reform. I mean, isn't there a chance that those that were already elected in the other seats of power, perhaps,
Not a bad question. It is known that the house seats, the aristocrats and nobles who sort of managed the trade of the city, were pretty much very against Karos for the raising of minimum wage. That is a known thing. Anyone who had most of the higher up CEOs, managers, the like, were pretty not reasonably, but pretty upset about the idea of minimum wage going up. The creations of jobs, of cheaper, better paying jobs, would hypothetically take away from their own businesses. Because he was providing incentives like healthcare, dental, that they weren't.
Is it possible to place Lady Salmon under some sort of house arrest or something? I mean, I would hate to see her bar go under simply because she could have killed someone that it seems unlikely that she did.
Look, we need to find out. I need to, and by extension, you're trapped here until we do, find out who did the murder. Don't really care about the motive, but someone's getting arrested. And long and short of it. What?
Okay. I turn back around and walk over to who left first? And walk over to Button.
He is passed out.
Fuck. Never mind. Okay, no, I still walk over. No, I walk over to him and kick him awake.
Okay, I guess. You give him several good kicks to the shin, and he.
Button, listen to me, Button. Button,
What is it?
Button.
Where am
Have
I?
you killed anyone? Have you killed anyone tonight?
Killed that fucking bottle! Yeah!
All right. I throw him back down because he's simply not going to be useful, and I go over to the elf man.
And he's still on the phone. He doesn't even pay you any attention.
I grab his phone and turn off the call.
What the fuck is your problem?
Someone's been killed, Marion.
I'm
Someone's been
wildly
killed. You were
aware.
out here, Marion. You were out here, Marion. What did you see?
What did I see? I saw some. Hold on, what did he see? I wrote shit down in my notes. Hold on. I'm sorry. Notes! I saw this fucking gnome vomiting on his own shoes for the past 5 minutes while I'm trying to take a call. Lovely backdrop to when I'm talking to my boss.
Is that it? That's all you saw?
Is that all he saw?
That in your notes that he was watching the gnome vomit?
It's a plot point. It made sense when I wrote it. I'm sorry. Just roll with it.
Okay. Look around. Is
Mhm.
there anyone else outside besides Dork, Marion, and Button?
Outside, no. You just basically, from what you can tell with your experience from being a detective, is that police were on scene moments after or minutes after the man was killed, whether or not or when the body was discovered. It was,
Okay.
from what they are telling you, it was an anonymous tip,
Got it.
or slash one of the neighbors down the street saw it happen. So the police have arrived. They have quarantined the area and are currently doing their investigation.
I examined the building. Is there any like location from the
Mhm.
building? Is there a vantage point where somebody could have shot the shot?
Roll perception or
Roll.
investigation, either or. So you're sort of giving this place a cursory glance over with the sirens going off. It's hurting your ears, and you're at this point really fed up with everybody. So you're not in the best state of mind. But as you're looking around, vantage point, no. It's not like there's like hotels scattered around that someone could take a sniper shot from. Everything here is pretty like 2 stories at best. If you were to shoot somebody, not saying you did, but if you were, you probably would have used the alleyways or the various sort of like parking areas because everything's like covered. You just sort of see debris everywhere. There's 100 places where someone could hide on the streets themselves and not be seen.
Okay.
Though it's off, they would definitely be off the street itself, not on the sidewalk.
Got it. Okay. I just walk around the alley slash the parking areas looking around for shell casings.
Okay. You, which are you doing first, left or right?
Um, over by the body.
No. You can move yourself so you can actually see because it'll light up the area.
Oh, okay.
You see the body of the well-dressed dwarf. He's face down, so you can't see his chest at all, and his legs are sort of splayed. Moving past it, you see a couple cars, a couple trash bins. Nothing like crazy, but as you're looking around, you see a single brass shell that has landed into this trash bin as you hop the fence.
Okay, I grab it.
It is still warm.
It's still motherfucking warm, bitch. Okay. Um, I put it in my pocket and should I keep going? Hmm.
You look at this thing, and it's definitely like a small firearm. It's a pistol of some kind.
Okay. Hmm.
Going further back, you don't see any traces of anything else. You do see spent shells, but these are obviously old, very very old,
Okay.
rusty, and from some old fight from a long time ago, and definitely not a caliber of weapon that you certainly see.
Okay, so I look at the showcasing. Is there anything else I can notice about it?
Roll investigation. You see a small amount of blood on the corner of the shell, which implies someone either cut themselves or bled in that area.
Got it. Can I see any other trails? Is there a trail of blood? I
You
look
don't
around
see
for
a
a trail.
you don't see a trail of blood per se.
Can I smell it?
Roll. We're doing a lot of this. Roll perception to smell blood? Question mark. Do you have advantage on smelling? Oh no, it smells like garbage. It smells like last week's takeout because you're standing
Fuck.
next to all the dumpsters. There's also
Okay.
several rats, one of which is dead, and it smells like that.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay. Okay. So there's nothing else I can notice about this shell casing. So I carefully put it in my pocket.
If anything, you can deduce that the shot was fired from somewhere over here.
Okay. Got it. I walk back over to my man, whatever your name is.
Is there anything else you would like to invest in the Moongate?
I already looked. I already went up through the top part of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if as you sort of scouted around the entire building, you don't see much else of note. Lots of trash, lots of garbage, but no new footprints that have walked around the back, climbed through a window. You don't see any evidence of that.
Okay.
The entire back is like pristine, more or less.
Okay.
What time is it?
Currently about 11 at night.
Um, all right, so someone has to get arrested. Is that like in your job description that you show up to a crime and immediately have to arrest someone, or
It actually is, and Thursday, you know that to be true. That's part of the reason you left.
Yeah, it's fucking the yeah. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I head back inside to
Okay.
go speak to Salmon.
Irjit, are you going to do anything else, or are you just going to keep standing by the body?
um, I think I just do kind of like a scan around to look if anything looks like very obviously disturbed in recent days.
Okay, roll investigation then for you as well. Like, what are you trying to look at? Just in the immediate area that you're standing?
I just tried to roll and it kicked me out of the game.
Well, I guess we're done for the night. See you next week.
I got an 11, but I'm looking to see if like, because there's like trash cans and cars and such, right? So I'm just kind of glancing around to see if like there's a pile of trash that looks like it's recently been kicked, or like if part of a building looks like it's recently been broken off or something, or if the cars, if like there's any dust on them or something, if the dust is missing in a spot.
Okay. With an 11, you sort of see the body has been moved, was dragged somewhere. You don't know if it was the police, you don't know if it was the murder, but the body is not in the original position it fell in. You can tell by the dirt that's on the body and how it literally looks like someone bunched up the back of the suit and dragged it. You notice near the fence where Thursday was looking, all the dust and dirt that is there, there's a part of the fence that is no longer covered in dirt. As if someone fired off a gun next to it and blasted it away. That's what you see with your 11.
Officer Dork, did you Have you touched the body since you got here?
Nope. Tyre has been quarantined.
Right. Interesting. The is this car that's actually here actually there?
Yes.
Is it a car that's been used and is just parked there like for the night, or is it?
Yeah, it looks like it's someone who lives in the neighborhood. Because it's not
Okay.
like there's designated parking for this bar.
Could you maybe investigate whose car this is? I mean, it looks a little run down, so I assume it's not Mr. Steel Arms.
We'll look at the license plate. And then he goes over to take a look at it.
While he does that, I'm going to look in the pockets of the body.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Yep.
Roll investigation one more time.
Natural 20.
On the inside of his blazer. Well, two things you notice first. This is very well made. It looks average, but it's basically got like it's got a Sea Wasp Inc. logo on it, which is essentially the Gucci of this world. It looks the same, but it's brand name. This shit is expensive as fuck. Second, inside the Sea Wasp blazer, the left breast pocket, internal breast pocket, you see a glossy card. It is a red business card with an embossed cursive H in black ink on the front. There is no other text, no other words, but it definitely looks like it was stuffed into his pocket.
An H, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I will pocket that.
You go through the rest of his pockets, you see like wallet, keys, identification, all that stuff, but nothing else that stands out. Nothing else that would indicate something other. The only thing you found is that calling card.
Okay. I will leave all of the rest of his effects with him.
Okay. What would you like to do then?
I will then follow Thursday back into the bar.
You see Thursday about to talk to Salmon. She sort of looks up at you, and she's chatting it up with Officer Franklin, just like neither here nor there. He doesn't seem overtly hostile towards her. He's just like, I'm here doing my job, and she's like, this probably happens every other Tuesday, whatever. She's like, you find what you're looking for? I'd give you a drink, but my hands are tied. And she holds up her handcuffed hands.
I okay, so I want to try to get her attention to show her the shell casing. Actually,
Okay.
No. I want to try to distract Franklin to so I can ask Salmon a question.
Okay. How are you trying to do this?
I say there's a gnome out there named Button who's slashing your patrol car tires.
Roll deception. Beats a 10.
Ooh.
And he looks at you and he's like, the one you mean the one that's passed out in his own vomit? At you.
Maybe that was a dream.
I hear that's been going around a lot. Are you okay?
Yeah. I'm feeling great. Are you gonna take her now, or do you have to use the bathroom before you go? I'll keep an eye on her.
Waiting for Dork to give me the go ahead because apparently he's investigating now.
Dork.
Um, Officer Franklin,
Mm-hmm.
I believe that Sergeant Dork said he was trying to move one of the dumpsters out there, and he said he needed a hand.
Roll deception beat a 10.
You know I can. 16.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. Ma'am, can you just stay right there? She like sort of nods. She winks at him and she said, "Okay, okay."
I'll
He sort
keep
of
an eye.
shuffles out the door. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lieutenant.
Okay, as soon as he's gone, I like lean across the counter and I say, "Do you know anything about this? Did you have anything to do with this?"
No, well, no. Why would I?
I don't. They convinced me that you would
Well,
hire someone.
what would they say? What are they saying? Why
There's,
would
there's,
I kill somebody?
I don't know. And then I take the shell casing out and I show it to her and I say, "Does this look familiar to you?"
You know, if I were to kill somebody, I'd use a shotgun.
My God, you found evidence out there?
Yeah, Urgent. I'm fucking good at my job. What can I say? What can I say?
You knew you were good. I found this. Does this look familiar? And I'll pull out the card.
This is how we're gonna do this. I'm going to ask Thursday. I need you to roll either history or arcana or investigation, whichever one you want. And you should be a 12. You do not know what this card is. It is, you can tell it's very well made. It's obviously a calling card from somebody, but you do not recognize the logo. You do not recognize where it's from.
Okay.
And the most curious part is, as he's handling it, you don't see a single fingerprint on this card. Whatever, it does not look like it's been touched. It looks pristine, mint condition. No matter how much he holds it, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't smear.
I'm going to show it to Salmon. And as I do, I am very deeply looking into her soul to read whatever reaction she might have.
Roll insight.
15.
Her eyes widen at looking at this card. Oh, where did you find that?
The scene of the crime.
Do you know what that is? She looks at both of you.
Absolutely not. I have absolutely no idea. That's why I'm showing it to you.
Oh, so clearly. Okay. Have you? She looks over your shoulder. There's nobody else in the bar. Heard of the Dark Horse? You know how you mentioned there were gangs and cults everywhere? Probably best that you haven't, but the Dark Horse is one of the best kept secrets. Of all the shadowy underdealings in the world, the Dark Horse is the puppet master. The ones who pull the string. Never going by their real names, never seen the light of day. But they only make their presence known when something big is about to happen.
And this is their card?
Some say it's a key, some say it's a death sentence to have it on.
Oh.
But apparently, it's one of the only ways you can get in contact is by having their business card. Whether or not they give it to you is, I guess the question is, does it mean you're chosen or does it mean you're doomed?
Well, I like to think that the Lord guides us all. So there's no way I'm doomed.
Uh-huh.
So, in other words, if I have this card, it's likely they're going to find me at some point. What
Well, the
saying,
question is,
or-
are you supposed to have the card? Because I assume you
Oh.
found that in somebody else's possession.
Nope, no, it was just laying around the crime scene, and I just thought, oh, what a unique looking card.
Okay.
God damn it. Hirschid.
Okay. I believe you with my whole heart.
Is your friend still changing in the back?
Oh, she's probably done. You probably just traumatized her a little bit.
Well, I think I traumatized myself in that situation as well. But might we go speak gently with her?
Oh, she'll be out in a second. I think she's just done changing. And you do see this merfolk sort of sashay out of the back. And she's like, well,
How's she walking? She got a tail?
you got tail. Fish flop. Magic.
Ew.
Don't think about it.
Okay.
Lord.
I have a very hard time maintaining eye contact. Hello. Good to see you again.
Let's go with that. That works.
Um,
See, things have gotten very exciting in the past 5 minutes.
yeah, things are pretty wild. I'm sorry about earlier, obviously. My name is Irjid. I didn't catch yours.
Missy. And you're fine. Most people just usually pay first.
Right.
So
What
it'll
was
buff
that
out.
name?
I'll call this a freebie. Missy. Stage name, of course.
Short for missile launcher.
Some would say. But you're a bit too young, so we'll call this a freebie.
All right. I sort of, I mean, I must again apologize. I clearly did not think you would be changing because I thought that was the kitchen, and I didn't think people would go to the kitchen to change because, I. Anyways, my point is, what are you doing here? Where are you headed to? I mean, seems we're kind of on lockdown, so maybe we should get to know each other amicably as friends and nothing more because I'm far too young, as you said.
I was about to start work. Well, now I can't, so.
Where do you work?
Here, around.
Oh. All right.
Round.
She sort of looks at you with a pained expression of, like, help me at Thursday.
Shoots me that look?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Do you
I wave Missy over.
Ma'am? Sir?
I say, how are you?
Fine. Just start work a little bit later than normal, but shouldn't be any big deal. Just a bit exciting tonight, isn't it?
It is exciting. Did anything happen to you earlier? Why were you in need of the alone time in the back?
Oh, it was just a favor. The bedrooms are occupied, and I had to change into my work clothes.
Oh, okay. Just a simple changing. Nothing. You didn't need. You weren't collecting yourself or anything from a traumatic event that you may have witnessed.
Hope not. Unless I
Okay.
already blacked it out.
Cool, Missy.
Could I attempt to slink back into the kitchen?
You can
Well,
slink into the kitchen.
Okay.
You proceed to slink. We're at about a 13-minute mark, so. You go into the back of the kitchen. You see a bar-esque kitchen. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing of note. You see a small traveling suitcase in the back that clearly belongs to Missy and has like some of her belongings, but it's currently sealed.
I'm looking for any way out of the kitchen other than the door I just came in.
You don't see anything. You see a ventilation shaft, but that is small. It's about a foot wide. but you don't see anything else other than that. There's like a pale fluorescent light that sort of flickers, but that's the only source of light. You don't see any exit, any holes, just a walled kitchen.
Okay. Can I look for a firearm?
Roll investigation.
Mm-hmm. 17.
Underneath a large sack of flour, you find a 12-gauge shotgun with a shell already loaded.
That's certainly not it. All right. I will slink back out.
Salmon sort of gives you a side eye, and she's like, "You enjoy snooping around, pervert?"
Well, I'm not. I'm just gonna leave.
You do so.
I'm gonna go just sit at a table far away from everything that's happening over there.
Thursday, what do you like to do? You're currently having a conversation with Missy.
I mean, I pull out the shotgun shell casing and showed her
The
and asked her if
shotgun
it was
shell
real.
casing?
I mean the handgun the
Oh.
shell.
Okay. You're showing it to Missy?
Yep.
That's from a gun, correct? Yep.
God, Missy, you're useless. Okay. Thank you.
Well, I really thought we had something.
Okay, I go over to Irjid
Okay.
and I say, "What?" Oh, okay. I thought you said something. I say, "Okay, Irjid. What do you think has happened on this day?"
I think that somebody wanted the man dead.
Mm-hmm.
Someone that was of a little higher authority than some kind of local person working at a bar or one of the nearby spots, and perhaps they hired someone else, but I you found that, so obviously they shot him in the head, and I found this, so obviously maybe it's related to something much bigger than everything that we found so far. I mean, if this is truly a calling card for one of the biggest gangs in the city, then it's obviously much deeper than Salmon running a bar and shooting a man for fun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I look Irjid dead in the eye and I said, "I'm proud of you." And then I can we leave? What else are we supposed to do here?
You can try to leave.
Let's try to leave. I grab Irjid and I pull him out and we attempt to leave.
Are you sure you want to do that?
Irjid?
I'm sorry. Did you really go on a date with Missy? That's wild.
We? Thursday can't remember if that was true or not.
We'll leave it up to fate.
Um, I mean, sure. I mean, I think the investigation here is done.
Okay. Coot and boot.
Are you sure you want to do this?
Yes, Dean.
Okay. You exit the bar, and as you walk down the street towards where you parked, you hear Officer Dorn say, "Stop! Freeze! What? Stop! Put your hands in the air." What do you do?
The air.
I stop, but I don't put my hands in the air, and I turn to look at Dork, and I say, "What?"
You can't leave. This investigation is still going on. You are still both prime suspects.
When did we
sir,
become suspects?
Since you were here next to the body when it was fucking shot.
I could very quickly eliminate me as a suspect. Let me try to shoot your gun, see how it goes.
No, first of all, no. Second of all, what the fuck?
I'm just saying that everyone that's here was in the bar. We were all there together. So either all of us did it or none of us did it.
All right, great. You're all under arrest then. Can we just go home then?
Yes, arrest us. For
I
the love
think
of
if I'm
God.
under arrest, I can't go home, so that's a little disappointing.
Just stay put until we finish this investigation. All right?
Okay, hurry it up, Dork.
What?
Hurry, Dork.
Trying, but there's apparently 2 people running around fucking with the evidence for the past 10 minutes. It's making things very difficult.
I take the shell casing out and flick it at Dork.
It hits him in the face. It's like, okay.
We found that.
What either help us figure this thing out, or you're going to jail. Just straight up. You've just assaulted an officer, quite frankly.
I look at Irjin and I say, jail?
Welcome
I
to
mean-
the city.
I've never been, so I'm not really sure how to. Maybe it's a good time. Do we get the same cell, or is it like shared?
I
room,
stop
or-
Irjin and I say, I'm just joking, kid. And then I turn to Dork and say, how can we help?
Okay. Look, let me be level with you. You're a good detective. I have
Thank
a brand new
you.
rookie
Never done
who
it
doesn't know
before.
what the fuck he's doing. I need some help.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to trust you, but I know you're damn fucking good at your job. Help me figure out who this fucking murderer is, and we can all go home and call it a fucking day. Otherwise,
Hey.
it's going to be a big fucking deal that the newly elected council member was just shot outside of a seedy bar by some random bar owner who has criminal connections.
Big deal either way. But yeah, let's do this.
All right, let's lay the evidence out on the table.
Mm-hmm.
We found a shell.
Okay. Small arms, handgun, clearly. You were in the building, right? Did
We
you
were
hear
in the
anything?
building. There were only 2 people that were outside the building.
Okay.
One was on phone.
Okay.
One was barfing.
Granted, Roger.
There was someone changing in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see
I
how
looked
that's relevant, but okay.
Sorry, they were in the kitchen. I looked around to see if there was a way out of the kitchen. Didn't seem to be, so they were just changing. Seems like they didn't do anything. Salmon was just serving drinks the whole time.
So you're saying of the 2 possible people, it's either the gnome or the elf.
I mean, they were the only ones outside. Unless, I wasn't necessarily watching Grosh's every move, but Grosh is awesome. There's no way he would have done that.
So there's 3 suspects.
Gosh.
3 suspects there. What are your thoughts?
Well, was there?
We
I-
get
I
everyone's
can-
guns out. Like, who's got guns?
So both the officers do. You have your gun, but yours is a rifle. Everyone else's you don't know. You know that Salmon keeps a fucking shotgun in the back, but she doesn't keep it on her. And that's also not the weapon in question. Brosh, in all your experience, Brosh has never shot a firearm once. He's always just taking his fist directly to the problem. And it's usually
Okay.
worked pretty well. You've never seen him hold a gun ever in his life. Not
All
even a
right.
weapon.
I noticed that it seemed that the body was moved, which
From
seems
where?
odd. For it just sort of from further back in the alley,
Okay.
and it seems odd. Like, what does it matter if the body's 10 feet out in the street? Or that implies that perhaps they wanted the body to be found. They wanted the body to be found.
But who?
Whoever did it, obviously. I don't know.
Right, that's what we're trying to figure out. But does that give
Right.
someone a motive? So if this was an assassination, it was clearly trying to be publicized.
Yes, they wanted. Where's the news team?
But why a seedy bar at 11 at night in the back streets of the lower districts?
Oh, were they trying to ruin his reputation?
Well, I thought he was a fighter for the people, the lower class, right?
Most of his campaigns were done in the lower district, often talking to
Okay.
people, visiting places. He kept up the trend after he got elected, so it's not a surprise to see him down in this area. But
Did you notice anything back there Thursday? Any, I don't know, any sign of if he was shot back there and then dragged out, did you, I don't know, see anything of note back there? Any like big open trash bag or a trail of footprints?
Oh.
Hmm.
All we got is this shell casing and this card and hot garbage.
is there anything on the car, the shell? Is there any sort of evidence?
There was blood on the shell.
There was blood on the shell?
There was blood on the shell.
Which means
Someone's bleeding.
someone's bleeding, but it's probably not the victim, because if it sounds right, the shot was fired a distance away, so there's no reason the
Right.
shell would be anywhere near the body. And if it was a point blank
Exactly.
shot, the wound would have been a lot bigger than a small bullet hole.
Okay.
Someone
Okay.
in the
So
car
it
is
was
bleeding.
definitely the gun was definitely fired at range, and someone in that area near the gun was bleeding either during or after.
So let's check everyone's hands.
Okay. What do you want to do? Just like line everybody up or what?
I
Yeah.
think you and Officer Franklin should give everybody the old pat down, right? Make sure nobody's got a 6-shooter or whatever they call them.
What are we gonna do? Just do a lineup, I guess. Then. Okay. The Officer Franklin and Officer Dorn bring everyone into the middle of the bar and line them all up. All right. Where would you like to start?
I would investigate that elf man first.
Okay.
He says he was on the phone.
Okay. What are you investigating? Are you patting him down or what?
I'm gonna give him a little pat down. I'm gonna look to see if there are any tears in his jacket.
Okay.
If there's any blood.
Roll investigation.
Yeah, buddy, this is gonna go really badly.
Okay.
18.
You pat this man down. You pens, pencils, stationery, his phone, and a metal object in his belt.
A large metal object?
Relatively, it's about the size of a book.
May I ask what's. Nope. What have you got there, sir? There's something there.
My legally authorized concealed carry, like every other person on the street has.
Oh, it is a firearm, you say?
Yeah, like everyone has.
Obviously. I wouldn't know that. I clearly don't have one.
Yeah, I can tell by your sword and shield. Very modern.
Thank you. We're gonna just like meander away confidently, and I'm gonna lean over to Thursday. He's got a gun. It's gotta be him.
Any blood?
I didn't see any blood.
Okay. Good work. Stupid. Okay. I walk over. I confer with Dork and Franklin.
Okay.
Let them know that Marion has a gun.
Okay. They nod and they sort of check. They walk over to him. He shows them some documentation, a license, and they're like, "He's legally authorized to carry."
Well, you could be legally authorized to have it and still shoot someone with
Yeah.
it.
What?
So, is he the one that committed the crime or not?
Well, I mean, it seems highly likely.
Just, I'm gonna listen to your judgment. What's the call?
Well, I mean, I
You're
suppose.
arresting him?
Okay. Out of character, are you sure you want to do this?
No.
Have you checked the other people?
That's what I was going to do next.
Nope. It's it. You said arrest the man, right?
I did not.
No.
Okay. I just want to know what your choice is. Is that your final answer?
Right. Well, okay. All right. Let me give the old. Why am I doing the pat down? I'm just a kid. His voice keeps getting older and older.
Uh,
Do you want me to step in?
I mean, I'm a little uncomfortable.
Okay. I shove him out of the way.
all right.
I pat down the who else we have? We have
You have
Button
Brosh the
the
orc, you have
mermaid.
Missy the mermaid, you have Button the gnome, and you have Salmon the bartender, human bartender.
Okay, let's pat down Missy next.
She throw winks at you. Roll investigation.
Jesus Christ, not the fucking winking.
I just leaned to Franklin. You know, they might have gone on a date.
He's like, oh.
Yeah. And I accidentally saw her half naked. It's a weird night.
Thursday, you pat her down. You also find a small metallic box-like object underneath her in her purse or on her side, strapped to her waist.
Okay.
Other
Any
than
blood?
you don't see any blood. Not from her first glance. Nothing when you pat her down.
Okay. I
No. Sorry.
I look at her and I say, is that what I think it is?
Whatever you want it to be.
Okay. Is this one legal?
He nods.
Okay. I am discreet about moving on to the next person. I pat down Button.
Roll investigation.
Shit.
No blood, just vomit. But he also has a rather large handgun.
Cool. I go to
God.
yeah, literally everyone has them. I go to the bodyguard's name, Orc
Grosh.
Grosh. I do Grosh.
One more investigation.
5.
Is that a 5? Okay. You pat him down. The only solid object is his rock hard abs. He's not. He's like wearing. He's wearing like a. He's not even wearing a real shirt. He's wearing a vest. So if there's anywhere to hide something, it's not very much left to the imagination.
Got it. Okay, and last up, Salmon.
One more investigation. No weapons. No. The only blood you see is sort of where the cuffs are digging into her wrists.
Okay. So,
While Thursday is patting them down, I want to look deep into their souls. Who seems like they're sweating more?
Roll insight.
Oh,
Okay.
strong 9.
You look across. Button is drunk. Salmon is just sort of like pissed. Missy is unperturbed at all. Grosh, you can't read any emotions from him. It's like a brick wall. And Marion looks like he's about to fucking pop a fuse. He's like furious right now.
Officer Franklin,
Hmm?
is there? I mean, do you think there's any way someone could be in a room with no exit and exit that room?
If they were an exceptionally powerful mage, there's certain spells that let you teleport through solid matter.
Bells. Okay.
Do you know if any of these people could cast spells?
Uh, at a first glance, no. I don't think any of them are magical.
Right. Well, I mean,
Both of you are like off the charts though. So
based on appearances, to judge a book completely by its cover, I don't think Grosh is casting anything. I think he's just a beautiful specimen of a person. Um, I mean, it seems like Button maybe, but I think he spends more time with his technology, unless he has
gnome
like,
gnomes have a bit of inherent magic in them, but nothing like high level.
but enough to go through a wall seems a bit
No.
intense.
Definitely not. Unless he's a practiced mage of some kind.
The blood on the casing, did it have any like? Was there anything odd about it, like its color or anything? Was it just like looked like regular humanoid?
It looked like human, but it was fresh. It was very fresh. Like it would not old blood, but it looked like a blood splatter from a drop.
Okay. Um, Here's what I'm gonna do. Now that we're talking about spells and I remember that I have them, never mind. I don't have the spell I thought I did. um, okay, I'm gonna go up to Missy.
Okay. Gives you a
And
wary look.
I'm going to. Oh, God, I'm gonna cast command,
Okay.
and I'm going to say, like, I kind of straighten up and my shoulders broaden out. I get really big for a moment, and I just kind of stare into her face, and my
Okay.
eyes flash a little bolder for a moment, and I
Okay.
say, "Confess."
What's the save?
Oh boy, it's a wisdom save. DC is 12.
Sort of looks at you and she's like, "What? You want my body count or something?"
Oh God, no! I'm not a pervert. I promise.
I don't know. I'm just going off precedent.
I'm gonna walk over to Marion and do the exact same thing.
Okay. You said it's a 12?
It's a DC 12.
Okay. I've really had it up to here with wasting my time, interrupting my drink, and I'm just trying to enjoy a peaceful evening, and I got two schmucks running around, and you see him like getting red in the face, and he is about to pop a vein. It's like, I just want to know what authority you think you have strolling down to this bar and causing a fucking mess at 11 at night, which is now about to become 1 in the morning.
Well, I mean, if you would just tell us that you killed that guy, it'd be over right now.
It's very heated. It's like, I didn't kill anyone. You have killed my pleasant night. And as he gets really fucking heated, and he starts like you see his face get red. You see his nose start to bleed a little bit.
Thursday. I mean, I'm familiar with firearms. I've never used one, but if it was recently discharged, wouldn't there be some way of telling?
Yes, there would. Right, Dean?
Yeah, you can examine it. You would be able to tell.
Great. Okay. I stand in front of Marion and hold out my hand for his gun.
He reaches into his belt, pulls it out, and pulls the trigger on you. We'll let you
He
all to
shoots
roll
me?
for initiative.
Wow, that
Just you
escalated
three.
very quickly. Can I please go pee before we do this?
Yes, this will be short. This will be really short. It's just for the hell of it, and then we'll be done.
Wait, what? How do I roll for initiative?
So if you click your character token, you have to select your token, and you go to your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
and there's the words to say initiative. You just click it, and it'll automatically put you into the turn tracker.
Should I click it now?
Yes. Did it work?
I was clicking the wrong part.
It'll actually be the words initiative, and it should roll for you.
It says turn order
Mm-hmm.
10.
Did it roll for you?
I don't know.
Thursday scramble. It'll look like that when you do it. You say you got 10?
Isn't it in the chat thingy? I'm confused.
So I rolled for you, got 23. Which is fine.
Okay. I'm
But-
confused. Okay.
I'll show you later. But on your character sheet, you have to select the token. And then, like I said, you go to character sheet. At the top, it'll say initiative. You click the word initiative, and it'll roll for you. Like that.
Okay.
I think it might have just been lagging that might have been it too.
Oh, okay.
But if you select your token, it'll automatically put that token in the tracker for you.
Cool.
Very good. Very nice. All right, roll for initiative.
Boom. 10.
All right. Select your token next time so it puts it in. But that's
Okay.
fine. It is fine. Everything's fine. Okay. Thursday. As you hold out your hand, you see him reach for his gun. You're going to be about here. What would you like to do?
I reach out to like chop at his wrist to disarm him.
Roll me athletics then. It'll be a contest between you and him to see if you can beat the gun out of his hand.
Okay.
You got a 15.
Hmm.
He rolls a 14. You grab him by the wrist and you have his hand grappled, but he's still holding the gun in his hands. Irjin, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna take the old shield and just like run into him and try to just throw my whole body and like pin him down to the ground with my shield.
Throw me another athletics check against him.
24.
You body him. Thursday, you grasp the gun as it flies out of his hands. Irjin, you tackle him to the ground. He goes slamming into the nearby table, sending it splintering across the floor, and he crashes into the ground. And he's like, you have pinned him to the ground.
Got him! I got him!
All right. His turn. He's going to place, he put his hand on your face, and he's going to cast heat metal. So
Okay.
because you are wearing armor, that's going to be 2d8 damage.
Sure is.
That's 15 points of damage.
Oh my god, you rolled 15 on 2d8?
You take 15 points of damage. As your armor, you see Irjin's armor glow red hot like his scales, and he immediately begins taking. You take fire damage, so I think it should be halved for you.
Oh yeah.
But it still significantly burns as you see some of your scales peel and turn black. All right, Thursday, you see Irjin wrestling with Marion on the ground. You are holding his gun in your hand.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay. I tuck the gun into the back of my waistband and reach out to try to grab Marion. Or I grab the handcuffs from Dork,
Okay.
reach out and try to clap him on Marion.
Okay. Roll another either sleight of hand or athletics, whichever your choice. And he's going to try to resist.
Which one am I better at? Sleight of hand? Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
You, between Irjid and Marion, you're having a hard time getting your hands in there as they're basically thrashing around the ground. You see, and try not to burn yourself on Irjid's burning armor. You sort of reach around and he kicks you in the shin. You fight him back and roll around on your side. You grab him by the hands and slap the cuffs off, locking them in place. And he starts thrashing about violently. He's like frothing. He's like, "You fuckers! You can't do this to me!" At this point, you see Dorn and Franklin immediately run over and body him in themselves and pin him to the ground. His concentration breaks. The heat metal wears off. You're feeling slightly singed, but Marion is sort of being pinned to the ground, thrashing. He eventually goes limp.
Wow. That was unpleasant. I think we found the right one though.
Yeah, yeah. I reach out and pull you off the ground, Irjid.
Thank you.
Well, case closed. We will You're all free to go. Thank you. And they undo the cuffs on Salmon. I hope you have a good night. And thank you again, both of you. We're going to go now. And they take Miriam, throw him in the back of a car, and speed off.
God, I hate the cops in this city.
Well, I'm going to lay on hands, pool myself. I can do that, right?
You can.
And
As
I
an
will
action, you can apply it to yourself.
I will
And
restore my HP and save my sizzling body. That was insane. Is this what it's like to live in this city?
Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah.
Sometimes. And Salmon raises a glass. Cheers.
I sure. Well, I think that's a good night for me.
Yeah, yeah, Irjid.
Good to take a break after
You-
that.
You can use one of the rooms free of charge. No big deal.
Oh,
Great.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thursday, do you think that maybe we could, with your in with those boys, do you think we could maybe interrogate him once he's in prison? Or do you think that's gonna be like a no, because you're not on the force?
Yeah, well, that's never stopped me before, so.
All right. Well, maybe that's worth checking out tomorrow. But I'm gonna go to bed, I think.
Yeah.
You are you going to? There's one room here. There's also Irja doesn't have a place to live right now, technically.
Right, okay.
You have your home Thursday. How do you
Oh,
want to do
right.
it?
Oh my God, yeah. Okay.
You live in the lower district somewhere. We haven't
Got
determined
it.
exactly where, but you have an apartment.
Got it. Okay. I like clap your shit on the back, tell him to have a good night, and I turn to go and shoot Missy wanna come come
She like pulls out her phone and she's like, "The rest of my night's been shot. Fuck it." She walks out the
Cool.
door with you.
Cool.
Well, then,
You go to bed and you have wonderful dreams, interspersed with other things depending on your activity. But that's where we end. Thank you for participating in this little experiment. We shall see where you end up next time.
nice.
Good
Thank
job.
you.
No, yeah. Do you? Let's see. Yeah, we'll see what happens next time. You have your major plot hook now, investigating either the mystery and this card that you've gotten. Otherwise, the world is your oyster. Hold on. Gods.
Bless you.
Anywhere in the city you want to visit, I'm going to work on the map because I owe you the map of what you're actually working with.
Mhm.
But if there's anywhere you want to visit next, like if you wanted to interrogate the man, that might the police district, the precinct might be the next stop. If you have an idea where you're looking at next, so I can prep for it. Otherwise, just shoot me a message and we'll make it happen. Okay. Thank you guys. We'll
Alright.
see. I know next Wednesday's probably not gonna work.
Probably not for me, but I will see. I'm gonna try to get that switched because that's not how I want to spend my year.
Nice. Just let me know, and if we have to push a week, we push a week. It's not the end of the world. It's this game is literally when we have time to sit down and play, we'll sit down and play.
Cool.
All right. Thank you guys very much.
Thanks. Have a good night.
Good night.
Hey.
Ugh. Ugh. Okay. 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 Boop, boop. Now we just gotta wrap this thing up. A side. People. Officer Franklin. Officer Dorg. All right. Gang meets at a bar. Introduce each other. And meet with Shannon, Missy, Button, Roth, Darth. I forget their fucking names. Hold on. Josh, and Marion. They deduce that Marion was the killer and take him down with the help, quote unquote, of the local police. Thursday heads with the police as they remember them, but overall concede to Thursday's superior experience. Thursday finds the bullet kissing with blood, and Irjid finds the calling card for the dark horse. Papa. There we go. Thursday, spend the night with Missy while Irjid stays in the bar's spare room. Irjid experience two new things, new parts of adulthood with meeting Missy, as well as his first drink forced upon him by Thursday. I think that's it. I think that basically covers it. Did the thing, solved the crime, went sleep. But these two new people, as well as the rest, Mans is dead. And I'll wake up. Let's see what happens. It'll be fun. All right. Good night.